Safaricom doesn't roam. So the moment you switch off your phone and you cross the borders, you cannot send a message. People can only call you. I think actually people cannot call you. It's a bit complicated. So we had a chat together in Nairobi when I came back, and it was beautiful. So we're going to have about an hour to chat, and this particular subject is, I call it my pet subject, because I talk about it on a daily basis. Once we are through with our little dance tonight, you will have a chance to look at my website and look at the things that I write about. So Pastor Ken asked me to come and talk about property investments. He actually did not give me the title of the talk. I remember when I was in school, we always used to have a title for composition or anything. And because this subject is close to my heart, what I did is that I came up with a title. And the title that I gave today's talk is Property Investments, Your Ticket to Financial Freedom. So how many of you want to get to financial freedom? Do we know what financial freedom is? Yeah? Write this down. Financial freedom is when your investments, that is okay, no problem. I just picked a few photos so that in case I become boring, people can have something to look at on the board. So just pay attention to what I'm saying. Financial freedom is achieved when your passive income is equal or more than your lifestyle expenses. Sometimes when we talk about financial freedom, some people think it is having thousands and millions of shillings in your bank account, or having so many assets bearing your name, or having so many businesses that are giving you money. If you are in a situation where you cannot wake up on a particular day and decide to go on holiday, or decide to go to do fishing because it is your passion activity. If every day you are required to show up somewhere so that you put food on the table,
even when you don't want to go.
Yes, even when you don't want to go, it means you're not financially free. So today we're going to talk about real estate or property in the context of being a ticket to take you to financial freedom. Good or good? Yeah, so this is how financial freedom looks like to me. Yeah, that would be your home. How do you like that?
Nice.
Yeah, the picture on top there would be your home. You have a swimming pool there. Yeah, probably 4,000 square feet of a house. And where does property come in? The picture down there, those are your properties that enable you.
Collecting rent.
Yes, that enable you to live that kind of lifestyle. It means you can live anywhere that you want. If you just wake up today and decide to go on holiday in the Seychelles, you just take a ticket and leave. Yeah. Sometimes people confuse business with investments. Business is different from investments because you have to be there to run the business. Investments do not require you to be there in order for them to work for you. And that's where property squarely comes in. You know, this guy who has that kind of portfolio, he doesn't need to be there for him to collect rent. What he does is that he just gives me the job as a property manager. I collect rent for him. So when he's out there, every month he gets a stream of income into his bank account. That is the context that we have established today, and that is what we are going to be talking about. So we are right now talking about this particular topic, which is very important, in Nakuru. Nakuru is very significant for me and for you. One thing you're going to learn is that Nakuru is the fourth largest county in the country. And that is in terms of the population. It also turns out that Nakuru is the fourth largest town in the country. Also, in terms of population, it ranks fourth in terms of counties. The first one being Nairobi. The second one, who knows the second biggest county in population? Is Kakamega. Yeah? And the third is Kiambu County. So Nakuru is fourth in terms of population size. Now in terms of cities or towns, we can see Nakuru is fourth after Nairobi, Mombasa, and Kisumu, right? And from the statistics that I got, there's a possibility that before we do the next census, Nakuru could be third. The population is growing very fast. A lot of studies have been done, and they have shown that Nakuru is the fastest growing town in Eastern Africa. So we are in the right place at the right time. So as we talk about property investments, you need to know that when you're seeking to invest in properties, you're doing that in the right place. I realized that I went straight into the meat of our discussion today. So let me just take you back and give you my full introduction. Like the pastor said, my name is Kilundo Mbithi. I'm a valuer and an estate agent. I work for a company called Duati, Wamai and Associates. My company is more than 30 years old in the industry, and myself I've been consulting for 14 years. So what we are discussing today is both from a professional point of view and also from personal experiences. I have been investing in real estate individually and with other partners for the last 8 years. I also sit in the board of other private companies that only deal in real estate investing. So after our brief dance, I will allow you to ask me any questions that you might have regarding property investments. So let us carry on. So this subject of property investments is really very important to us. And we may not need to really look very far to convince you, or rather to tell you, why you should consider investing in property. I picked this quote yesterday. You can see my website there. From Facebook, I have a page that is called Investor Clinics, where I teach people some real estate sense. It's a free page. You can like it at your own free time. And my website, which is given there, is the one where I write articles on a weekly basis. So this particular quote, that 90% of all millionaires in the world, not just in Kenya, they owe their status to property. So you cannot have another important topic more than this one if you really want to go to financial freedom. And this was said long time ago. If you know Andrew Carnegie, was an American philanthropist and industrialist long time ago, and the same is true today. How do we confirm that? If you've been following politics, the world politics, most of you know one of the United States presidential aspirant, that is Donald Trump. More than half of Donald Trump's balance sheet is made up of real estate. And in fact, Donald Trump and somebody else called Robert Kiyosaki, they have taught me so many things about real estate. Personally, I've been a student of Robert Kiyosaki in a different platform. So when you look around, you see that property, what we are talking about today, is a common denominator in the balance sheet of the rich and famous. Let us come closer home. Who is one of the rich and famous people and we think about very fast? Yeah? Yes, very good. What comes to my mind is DJ CK. Yeah, Chris Kirubi. Chris, besides doing industries and production, real estate is very key in Kirubi's undertakings. And we can name very many people who have been investing in real estate, who have become financially free via real estate. That's number one. Number two is that property is an unlimited resource. I know most of you may not agree with me. If you remember my high school economics and university economics well, is that we were told that land is a limited resource, isn't it? You relate with that? At this point, I beg to disagree. I agreed at that point and I passed my exams. But now, I beg to differ. Let's consider this. My father gave me 2 acres out of his 21-acre estate about 5 years ago. And what I produced from the 2 acres, actually not from the 2 acres, from a quarter of the 2 acres, that is how big? A quarter of 2 acres is about half acre, right? Is much more than what my father was producing from the 21 acres. You see what I'm driving at? We know we can measure the size of land, the earth surface, and get a definite number. That does not make land limited. It only makes it finite in nature. So as you think about investing in property, you want to think about property from a different mindset. Technology has moved us so far right now that we can do so many things with a very small piece of land. Yesterday I saw a video on the internet about the Chinese having underground car park right within their building. So what they are doing is they just have a circle on top of the building and there is a ramp that goes down. So it goes down and parks the car below your building. So you don't need so much space for the building and the car park. And it goes almost 10 levels down. So what we are saying is there's so much we can do with land. If you have 10 acres of farmland, you can lease some of that land to people who want to do production, who want to do farming. I have seen people who have bought land so that they can sell it after a period of time, after it has appreciated. While you're waiting for land to appreciate, you can plant trees. I have a friend who planted trees on his 50-acre piece of land in Kitale. And after 8 years, he got more from the trees than he got from selling the land. Yes, how much is one tree if you're selling it to Kenya Power? It's about 3,800 depending on the size. Now out of 50 acres you can plant so many trees. Now the value of land in Kitale, the average will be about 600,000 per acre. So you get much more from the activities that you're going to do. And you know, planting trees doesn't take much of your time. It's a one-off activity and off you go. Yeah? So land is an unlimited resource. What you need to think about is how you're going to utilize your land. Right now we have so many low-cost construction technologies. You can do stalls up to about 4 floors within 30 days. And after 5 years, you can carry all of them and build them on another piece of land. So it means for you to invest in real estate, you do not necessarily need to buy the land. You can lease a piece of land that is just next to the road. This guy is not interested in doing any particular activity on the road. You can lease the land for 10 years. And you'll be paying a rent of, say, 100,000 per year. Construct stores. There's a technology that has come. They use mild steel, and they construct proper housing. People can live in up to 4th floor. When your lease is over, and this guy doesn't want to renew your lease, you just pack your stuff and go to the next piece of land. The technology is there. If you want, I can show you people who are doing it. And actually the construction is about 30% less than brick and mortar.
Wow.
All right. So this, you need to think in an abundant mindset, instead of looking at, wow, this guy has bought this piece of land now, we can never invest in this particular area. That is not the case, all right? So land is an unlimited resource. And number 3, land is tangible. Now, I'll give you a personal experience that needs to explain to you why we need to look at property investments rather than other forms of business, as it were. Some time back, this was in 2004, I was seriously interested in getting another stream of income. I was working in another valuation firm in Nairobi. So what comes to my mind is something called pyramid schemes. You know, people want to get to financial freedom very fast. You know, get rich quick schemes. Property is not a get rich quick scheme. What happened was that I wanted to buy a car in 2004 and use it for business, so that it can, a taxi business in Nairobi. I had a friend who could take care of the driving and while I was doing my valuation work. So because I did not have the money, there was this thing. It was a thing because it didn't really quite come out as what it was supposed to be. It was called Akiba Microfinance. So what they were doing is that they were giving you a loan 3 times what you gave them. So the car was costing 300,000. So I went to my circle and borrowed 50,000. Then I managed to convince my elder brother. He gave me another 50,000. So now I had 100,000. And we actually went to this circle and managed sign out the